Taylor DeVos's Sponsored a Child helped fund 2 schools in Haiti, spoke at We Day Saskatoon, and received the Governor General's Sovereign's Medal for volunteers, all by the age of 16. Michaela Henschel has more on the young girl in Vermilion making a big difference.
One person can make a difference. It doesn't matter how young you are, you can do anything.
Her journey began at the age of 9, when she couldn't find the remote and found herself captivated by a World Vision commercial.
It showed how people in developing countries lived, and I saw that they didn't have healthy drinking water, and education was a luxury, and just they didn't have any food. So I was like, I kind of want to change that. So then for my 10th birthday, all I wanted was to sponsor a child.
For her 10th birthday, she got her wish, but that was just the beginning.
She just was flipping through the catalog, and she looked up at me and she says, "Mom, I want to build a school." And then, so I was like, let's go talk to Dad.
Taylor raised $15,000 to help build 2 schools in Haiti. Without her efforts, many of these children never would have received an education.
Now that the school's built, they have dreams and goals that they want to accomplish for their life. So it's really amazing to hear the impact that one person can make.
Last year, Taylor and her mom had the opportunity to go to Haiti and see firsthand the difference Taylor has made.
It was amazing to see faces of the people that she's impacted and how many kids that she impacted. To know that she's, because of our little girl, I'm going to get emotional, she's helping 700 kids a year go to school.
Now, about to start grade 11, Taylor's next goal is to raise money to send young girls in Africa to school.
We always say we did something right. We don't know what it is, but we've done it right.
Michaela Henschel, Newcap News.
Well, here at home, Mayor Gerald Albers proclaimed September Big Brothers Big Sisters Month at today's Governance and Priorities Committee meeting. City Council reporter Brian Lentz has more from City Hall.
So this was another Governance and Priorities Committee meeting, and this is different than your standard council meetings because here nothing is set in stone. It's mostly for informational purposes for council, and they can make decisions at a future council meeting. But to start the meeting off here today, a landlord brought his concerns forward about the water bylaw, and he argues that landlords do not have enough control over the water that is on their property. And this is what council had to say about that.
Now knowing that it is an issue and having that presentation will allow us to deal with it. Not saying the outcome is going to be favorable one way or the other, but at least now we can bring it forward. The biggest concern for me around that would be, what are the legalities around shutting someone's water off? Is it a basic human right to have that water running? So that's something we have to look into.
Also in this meeting, administration brought forward a proposal to repeal a combative sports bylaw that the city enacted back in 2010. However, now there are concerns about liability, especially after an incident that happened earlier this year in Edmonton.
Administration felt it's something that we need to look at and definitely consider, ensure that we reduce any potential liabilities for the city, and that's one that lies out there, and I appreciate them bringing it forward for our information. We're going to ask them to gather some more information, but also talk to some people ourselves and make sure we're fully abreast of what we're deciding, because it's important that we don't want to put the city at liability risk.
City Council also saw their operations forecast for the rest of the year. Now, this is where administration looks at their expenses and revenues from January to June, and then they predict how their expenses and revenues will be from June to December compared to what they originally budgeted. And right now, they're looking at a decrease of $3.8 million for revenue, but they're also anticipating a decrease of $2.4 million in their expenses. And we'll have more information on this story and others coming up on Newcap News.
This is Newcap Sports.
Well, the last of AJHL camps finished Tuesday, and the exhibition schedule is already underway. Lance Phillips was in Bonnyville for the second of 2 traditional black versus white games at the RJ Lalonde Arena, and has more.
Tuesday's final black and white game brought about 2 things: the end of Pontiac's main camp and the realization for a few remaining players that their time to impress coaching staff came to an end. For the remaining 38 players, the excitement of a new exhibition season begins.
I'm pretty excited, actually. I think we're going to be very skilled up front. The back end, we're still working on it, but with Sandro and not this year. I think we're going to be pretty solid. I'm feeling confident. I know we have a small veteran core this year, so it's kind of different, but I'm confident that with the guys that Rick and all them recruited, I think we're going to be okay, especially on the back end with especially the Proctor brothers. I think they'll add a huge impact on the back end there.
Yeah, you know, I think we're very excited going into the year so far. We got down to their top 40. We had the black and white game last night, another black and white game this morning, just to reassure a few things on our thoughts as a coaching staff.
Getting to this point wasn't easy for Pontiac's coaches and scouts. Trimming down from the original 160-player top prospect camp in the spring was tough, and it's not over.
Getting down to the 60, coming into main camp, 40 for the top prospects games we had here in the black and white. And then moving forward, we'll be trying to get down to 25. That's our number, and it's going to be an arduous task for sure.
That task continues when the Pontiac's 8-game exhibition schedule gets underway Wednesday, and it's a much more robust schedule than that of 2016.
Coach Swan kind of scheduled them that way for the sake of having the young guys showcase it, or having the longer period to showcase themselves. So, you know what, we're in a good spot, and we're happy to be moving forward.
I'm confident that we'll be good, especially we owe Battleford a little bit of a kicking. So, but I'm confident we got 8 games to really show who we are and to kind of get our name out there. So I'm confident in that.
We're challenging the young guys. If you want to make this hockey team, you go out and earn it. You show us you can play at this level. That's what exhibition games are for. That's what they're made for. That's what we definitely have them designed for. And then when we head into Battleford, maybe start getting a mix of our veterans coming in. And by the end of them, number 8, we hope to have our team on the ice, and we're going to showcase what the Bonneville Pontiacs are going to look like this year.
Lance Phillips, New Cap Sports, Bonneville.